When I first conceived this series, it was supposed to be a fun, irreverent documentary series, maybe focusing on some government conspiracies, an urban legend or two, or something as silly as hiding one's own name in a video game. I was thinking, at worst, maybe dunk on NFTs or other predatory gambling mechanics. You know, beating a dead horse. That's what I wanted to do. But that's not what this is. I think we all know how rabbit holes work. Tibia began as a hobby project between Guido Lubke, Stefan Peyer, Ulrich Schlott, and Steven Vogler, German students of the University of Regensburg in 1995. The game officially went live in 1997, making it one of the first and longest running massively multiplayer online role-playing games, as it is still live in 2023. Gameplay-wise, Tibia is a pixel art styled 2D tile-based game set in a fantasy world. CIP Productions, officially rebranded as Cipsoft GmbH when the company was officially founded in June of 2001, launched the game as a free-to-play MMORPG and introduced premium accounts later that same year, a feature eerily reminiscent of today's Battle Pass system. Online players reached a peak of 64,028 on January 2nd, 2007, and Cipsoft reported over 250,000 active players at this time. In 2009, Mexico, Sweden, the United States, the Netherlands, Spain, Chile, Canada, Venezuela, the United Kingdom, Germany, Poland, and most notably for the story, Brazil, with 26.56%, made up the bulk of the active player base. Incredibly, Tibia has remained online to present day, with a current 68 active servers worldwide and updates to the game every 6 months or so. Currently, there's over 11,000 players online. Coins are the standard currency used in-game. Gold is basic, platinum is equal to 100 gold coins, and crystal is equal to 100 platinum coins, or 10,000 gold coins. This virtual currency is dropped by virtually every creature in the game world, and you can deposit your coins at any bank or NPC in the game. Additionally, you can transfer coins to another player. To do this, all you need to do is use the transfer command. As an example, you can type transfer 60,000 to player name, let's say Lo-Fi Gaming. So this opens up the possibility of loaning the virtual in-game currency to another player. This also makes it possible to literally extort money from another player. The only mildly funny thing in this entire episode. Transfer 1.5 million coins or we'll hunt you down for your rare item. It's so absurd to me. There are literal pirates in a virtual game. It's both horrible and horribly funny. But let's get back to the idea of loaning coins. Rarely, if ever, does a loan come without a cost. The cost of the loan I'm talking about is unimaginably high. The cost of this loan was a 12-year-old boy's life. Out of respect for the victim and the victim's family, I will only use his name. And too often the victims are forgotten, and the murderers live on in infamy. My apologies if I mispronounce any names in this episode. I do not speak Portuguese, and have only read many of the names. Gabriel Kuhn was a 12-year-old boy who enjoyed playing Tibia, in spite of his parents' concerns. He befriended a 16-year-old boy after bonding over their mutual interest in the game. The boys often communicated online, as well as in person. Gabriel asked his playmate for 20,000 coins. When he was asked to repay, he either couldn't or refused to, and blocked all contact. I absolutely will not go into detail here. On July 23rd, 2007, Gabriel was murdered. It was premeditated. Gabriel's murderer had no remorse. He is quoted as saying during his trial, "Gabriel was a coward and a thief. He is now burning in hell where I sent him. And when I die, I will find him in hell and end my revenge." Gabriel's murderer was 16 years old. He was sentenced to 3 years in a juvenile correctional center. 20,000 virtual coins. A real-world value of under $2.50 Canadian. That's what Gabriel lost his life over. Nothing. Do I believe Tibia was the reason a 16-year-old became a murderer? No. But it was the catalyst. He didn't get the help he needed. It was only a matter of time. So why am I telling this story? I think it's because I try to believe that some good can come from even the most horrific events. I grew up in the 80s. My parents were early adopters of the idea of having a personal home computer. My formative years were spent playing games on the Commodore 64. I even have vague memories of an online service called Q-Link, which, if I remember correctly, was a way to get news and weather on the computer in the late 80s. And for me, high school was divided between hanging with my girlfriend and playing Doom 2 or Duke Nukem 3D online. That was on a 486 with, at best, a 56K modem. Gaming has changed for me over the years. It's only been recently that I've embraced fully online games. And that's only because I'm the father of two beautiful little boys, both of whom enjoy online gaming. Not everything online is bad. I'm reasonably tech-savvy, and I think because I'm part of the generation that straddles offline and fully online, I'm able to see the benefits and the drawbacks. So again, why am I telling these stories? It's for other parents. Monitor your child's online presence. I don't feel we need to helicopter, but be aware of who they're online with. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it is. Play with your children, online and off. Because I'm often part of my children's online interactions, I've been able to stop problematic behavior before it really starts. From both directions. Just as an example, an older boy told my son he wouldn't play Fortnite with him unless my son gifted him a skin. Luckily, I was right there with him. It was as simple as reporting the behavior and blocking the player. But I'm sure my son would have gifted that other boy if I wasn't right there. I've also seen the cutest behavior ever. I'm not 100%, but I think my older boy developed his first online crush in Fortnite. It was just so cute. I hope they find a common game again. I've also seen older kids mentoring mine. It's not all bad, but there are extreme cases. They do happen. It's our job as parents to make sure our kids are safe. I'm not putting blame on Gabrielle's parents. This was not their fault. My heart breaks for them. I cannot imagine what is going through their minds even all these years later. If you see your child becoming a victim online, intervene. If you see your child victimizing someone, intervene. The digital landscape is not what it used to be. Some of it is good, some of it is not. Be there for one another. Please, everyone, be safe, both online and off.